Hello and welcome to day 21 of this 28-day Follow Your Cycle yoga series that we're doing together. If you haven't already and you would like to receive all of the other videos in this series, there will be a link in the description box for you to sign up. In today's practice, we're going to honor the shadow. Now, I think there's this tendency in the personal development space. We get so caught up in thinking always about bettering ourselves and improving and becoming more productive and just always looking to do things better, that we forget that the shadow side of ourselves, those dark parts of ourselves, those parts of ourselves that are less socially acceptable, are still parts of us and still deserve and need our love and attention. Because if you don't, the parts of yourself that you typically tend to push down and smother and silence like to pop up at inappropriate moments if you don't give them your attention. Typically, we find during premenstrual phase that these are the times our shadow likes to come out. Our filter is not as strong during this time, so we let out those parts of ourselves, those hypercritical parts of ourselves. We might get annoyed at those shadow sides of ourselves more at this phase of the cycle because we're less focused on the outside world and we start becoming more inwardly focused. And so in today's practice, I just want us to come to our mat with the intention that we're going to love and honor all of us. Those negative parts of ourselves, those parts of ourselves that we don't like to admit to, those negative thoughts and feelings, we're going to hold and embrace all of us today. So when you're ready, we're just going to start kneeling on our mat or sitting if that's more comfortable for you. And we are going to start in a little bit of stillness today, which during this phase of the cycle might feel challenging, but that's okay. We're going to embrace all of it today. Even when we feel that resistance, we're just going to see if we can take a breath, lean in, and be okay with just being here. So let the hands rest on the thighs. See if you can lengthen the spine a little, feel the crown of the head growing taller. Close down the eyes, starting to bring your awareness inside. Just allowing yourself to land here in this moment, giving yourself permission to just be here, letting go of any thoughts of needing to do other things or be more productive or achieve more, and just sitting here in this space with me be perfectly okay. Let's take the left ear down towards the left shoulder, enjoying the stretch down the right side of the neck. And then gently draw the chin to chest, noticing the stretch down the back of the neck. And then the right ear to right shoulder. But increase the stretch, you could reach that left hand away, reaching the fingertips down to the floor. Bring the head back to center. Open the eyes and shift the gaze to the ceiling, stretching down the front of the mat. Good. Gently release chin back to chest. And then just gently start moving through the spine, curling, tucking chin to chest, and then inhaling and opening. So like a seated cat-cow, but we might make it a little bit more gentle to start with, just rolling the shoulders back and down and then rounding them forward. Good. Reach the hands forward. Bring the knees underneath the hips. As you inhale, coming to our cat-cow, moving with your breath. So taking your time, not feeling rushed by my movements, but instead following your own breath. You may even like to come to cow and then stay for a couple of breaths. Just really enjoying that stretch through the back, pressing firmly through the hands, And then exhaling into cat. Maybe staying here for a few breaths. Good. Return to tabletop. And as you inhale, I want you to shift the weight onto the right side. Draw the left knee in towards the chest. And then send the leg out long behind you. You can add the back in as well, starting to round and open through the back, through the movement. So we round, press the floor away as the leg draws in. And then as you press the leg back, maybe you make a little bit of an arch, pressing the floor away. You could even bend the knee and lift the leg up. And then curling in again. Good. Last one. Draw the knee in, curl the back, press the floor away. And then this time the foot's going to step forward to the outside of the hands. And just rock and roll, finding some movement here through the hips. And then walk the foot in towards the midline. So we're coming into a low lunge. As you inhale, rise the arms up. And then as you exhale, fold over the leg. Inhale, rise up. And exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up. And exhale, and fold. Last one here. Inhale. Exhale and fold. Good. Creep the hands forward. I want you to pick up the left knee and then slide that left foot across behind the right wrist. We're coming into our pigeon pose. Stretch the right leg up behind you. If you need to, you can tuck this foot in towards the groin. You can get props underneath this hip. And we're going to use the breath here in our pigeon, just like we did in our low lunge. Inhaling and then exhaling and folding. Inhale as you open. And then exhale as you fold. I want you to slow it down, slow the breath down. Coming down nice and low here into the forearms. Just resting in your pigeon. If you want to add on, I'm going to reach that left hand forward and slide the right arm under. Good. Rest the head down, and then the top arm can come up and over. I don't know what this pose is called. I always think about a pretzel when I move into it, so let's call it the pretzel pose. Breathing here. If you'd like to add on again, you could bend that back knee and reach that hand towards it. Breathing here. Release the leg down. Bring that left hand back in to press the floor away. Coming back up. And we're going to step all the way back to our downward facing dog here. Pedaling it out. Moving through the hips. Shorten your stance slightly. And then bring the right hand across to the left ankle or anywhere on the left leg where you can reach. And gently looking up through that left armpit. Release the right hand down. Left hand reaches across, looking up through the right armpit. Release the left hand down. Bring the knees back down to the mat. And we repeat on the opposite side. So shift the weight into the left side. Draw the right knee in towards the elbow. Around through the back. And then send the leg long on the inhale. Exhale, draw in around through the back. Inhale, open. Maybe lift the head, lift the heart. Exhale and close. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. This time, draw the nose in towards the knee. And then step that foot to the outside of the hands. Let's stop opening through the hips here, rocking and rolling. And then walk that foot into the midline. We inhale forward into our low lunge. And then exhale back into our half split. Inhale forward. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Last one, yeah. Inhale. And exhale. Let's bring the hands forward to bring that front foot. Pick up the back knee as we slide the front foot across. Coming into our pigeon pose, so that front leg can either be parallel to the top of the mat or tuck the foot into the groin. Get some props underneath the hips if you need them. Bring the hands on either side of the shoulders as you inhale, open through the chest. And exhale and fall. Inhale, open. And exhale, moving with your own breath. Staying connected to what your mind is doing, how you're feeling in your body today. Good. Reach the right hand forward, coming down into our pigeon pose. Or if you want, you can slide that left arm under. So rolling onto that left hip. Maybe the opposite hand is finding the opposite hip. Or bending that back knee and finding the foot. And breathing here. Perhaps you're noticing, like me, this side is feeling very different to the other side. Maybe your body is talking to you about this one and saying, this doesn't really feel nice on this side. But can you breathe and relax instead of bracing against the pose? Feel free to adjust if you need, if it genuinely isn't comfortable or feeling good in your body. And then slowly untangling, coming all the way back up. And then I want you to find your least favorite pose. And the reason I ask you to come into this pose as we head towards the end of our class is because I want you to find that pose that maybe brings up some of that shadow side for you. For me, it's an easy frog, my least favorite pose. So maybe if you don't have one, you can just come into frog with me, turning the toes out and letting the knees open. And then we're just going to stay here and explore how this feels in our body today, the thoughts that come up as we breathe here. And work on accepting all of it. And then slowly coming out of whichever pose you're in and coming all the way down into your child's pose. Just bringing the hands to the heels and breathing here. Coming up and out of your child's pose and bring yourself all the way down to our Shavasana. So feel free to get any props that you need to be comfortable here. Having a final little wriggle. And then finally resting here in your corpse pose. Resting on the mantra. I accept myself exactly as I am. I accept myself exactly as I am. With love and with grace. Your next breath, start to slowly bring yourself back. Stretching the body long and taking your time, rolling to one side. Coming up to the seat when you're ready. And bring the hands to heart. Thank you for sharing your practice with me today, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow.